Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crashlander on Scrap Mechanic. Quick side note. One, it's allergy season again, so my allergies are kinda through the roof at the moment, so I'll be like sniffling and clearing my throat and stuff. I'll try to cut it out or mute my mic or something, but whatever. Also, I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning because of my back, because it's just messed up and hurts really bad every morning, and I can't get it to stop for some reason. I think it has somewhat to do with a BMX injury I got back in high school, and a recent one that I got while homeless about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. By the way, in the last video, I got the turn signals. Yeah. See, I'm tired. I can't think properly at the moment. But by the way, got the turn signals working. I haven't put the switches in for it yet, or the buttons. I think I made them, though. Yes, I did make them. So I'm going to put these in. I just made some more circuit boards. And I grabbed some more of the metal. I didn't make any more metal, though. But I did make more circuit boards because I've been running low on those. And I typically put the buttons and stuff under the dash just so they're tucked out of the way. So this one goes there, and that one goes there, and then I need to put the door on so I can put these in the right order. Because I like having number one be the... Oops. I like having number one as the door, 2 and 3 as signals, and then 4 and 5 for low beam and high beam for the lights. There was a wood block there because 1, that's where I was going to attach the door, and 2, that's where I also was going to put the light once I moved the door, so whatever. Either way, I'm going to put the bearings for the doors there, which means I also need more controllers. And the door goes in like that. I also forgot the, whatchamacallit. I was going to do something off camera, but I completely forgot, and I don't remember what it is at the moment. Controllers. I was going to do prep in between the videos like I usually do, but I forgot. Well, it's not like I didn't totally forget. I was busy and just focused on other real life stuff, like my back. I've also been trying to find a job. Do I have any controllers, or was the one that I used for the brakes the last one? I don't even have any computer component things. So I think the one I used for the brakes was the last one that I could make. So yeah, I really should have done some work off camera. Because these kinda suck to make. Come on. I do like the sound of the birds, though. I am also going to grab... I've got glass. And I think I put both bearings in their spots, but probably... Okay, I did. So I can move this for now and grab the glass. And while I'm waiting for this, I'm going to put in some of the glass. I still need to finish the stairwell. Ooh, there is water in here. I noticed that this doesn't always put the water down into that. So, yeah. By the way, this goes nice and quick, and it should go for a little bit. It should be fine even though it's loud. Those are done. Turn them into these. And then quickly fill in these windows. I need to fill in all the windows down in the little apartment area also. And put in all the rest of the lights and stuff, but I wanted to get the cozy complete as soon as I could. Go. There's one over here, and then there's none anywhere else on this floor. Because that's just a stone wall. Oh yeah, I forgot to put in the extra tools that I wanted to try and put in. So I could put some blocks into the proper spots, but whatever. I also need to still paint everything. The cab will likely all be white, and then the stuff, chassis and down, will be black. Just simple. Alright. Let's get the driver's door in first. I guess I could just put both doors, because I can go in through the back. At least I can at the moment. Alright. And the controller for these can go up there. And I need to put glass on this one. I still need to put glass in that gap there, but whatever, it's fine for now. Alright. Oh, I forgot to put connect the switch. I need to upgrade the seat. How many more connections can I put on it now? Wow. There we go. Set that to 90 as fast as I can get it to go. I want them both to be facing the same way. That. Technically that's sideways. Yeah. The yellow spot, I'm pretty sure represents this part, kind of, and it's supposed to go this way, not that way, but whatever. Okay, I need to put the switch out here. That generator up on the roof is so loud. I miss my one apartment, other than the generator. When I had my one top floor apartment when I first lived on my own, the generator room for when the power went out was directly above my apartment. Directly above where I sat in my racing sim. Sorry, just having a quick sip of my coffee. So, it's not like I could use my racing sim when the power went out, because it was just for backup power. But it still sucked. I'm going to... I feel like putting this switch here makes most sense, because I can use that for most of in here. And then I can put another one on this side somewhere for most of in here also. Did I use up all my logic gates that I had? Oh. That switch might not be able to go there. I need some more logic gates to get the lights to work. Okay. So it can go there, you just gotta go on a bit of an angle. And then I need to finish up the bathroom as well. But this one here, how high is that? Yeah, that's a good spot. This one will be for in here. This one will be for in here. And then I need a couple switches for those, but I'm not going to do any more for the cab until I get everything kind of laid out and built how I want it to. I need to go grab some lights. Where are they? They are over here. Okay, so. I could probably use a couple of these in there somewhere. You know, I'm just gonna grab like 2 of each and see what I come up with. Because it doesn't need a ton of lighting. I just like it to be enough so that when I'm outside at night, I can see. So I think one over the bed for like a reading light would be a good idea. And then I could use this one for those workbenches. This one for this workbench. Please tell me I've got paint on me. Yay! Cool. And then this one, it again could go above this window. And then I'll put another small one under there, if I can. And then these ones I primarily like to use for the shop. And kinda put them in the middle like so. Alright, I'm gonna move the cozy and stuff outside so that I can do the lights in the shop. Oh, I guess I should make sure the doors are going the right way. And the generator on the roof just ran out of fuel, so I'm gonna go and grab the batteries from it. It's out of water too. So I guess it does just bring the water out from here, or it might. But yeah, I'm glad that's working. Thank you to the person that commented a few videos ago, a couple weeks ago, telling me how to properly use the generators. That was so confusing because it was working fine before. Like when I made the water wheel over at Bill's place, I think his name is. That thing. Why is this getting stuck? Oh, because the side door's open. Man, this thing's laggy. I might need to change how the upfit goes on. Those of you that have seen when I started building this upfit, or if you've seen anything else on the Cozy, you'll know that the entire back end, everything behind the cab, is held on by one single bearing. And then a couple things to help it not move. Ooh, yeah, I like this. This is going to be really cool. But by the way, it's held on by a single bearing up here, so it's easier to take off and switch upfits. But it also makes it a bit more laggy doing it that way. So I'd like to figure out a way that I can easily put upfits on and take them off while still, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm going to put that over there, and there's the cutter slowly sliding away. And I think that truck can stay there for now. Alright. So I'm going to try and go roughly in the middle of these. That one isn't spaced evenly. Oh, because of the cutter. On the trailer, the cutter is a little too tall. There's supposed to be another bar across here. Okay. So let's, instead of there, even though I already painted it, I'm going to come up here. This here is roughly the middle. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I'm gonna go like that for each one. And then I think I can use one of the new modded items to either turn them on at a certain time. I might be able to use a light sensor, like a daytime sensor kind of thing, I don't know. But once I have all the lights in here, at least I will check it out. I'll likely just use a switch, because it really is better just to use a switch. There's no need to have them automatic inside. I'll put outside ones that are automatic. But yeah. Now that these ones are in, I am having OCD and need to keep them even. Okay. And once I paint them to white, it should show up a bit better. I'm just hoping the cutter still fits in here on the trailer with these up. And this one I'm going to move that way a little bit just because of where it is. Yeah, that's fine. And I should be able to take out these torches now. Yeah, it's a little dark up on top of the wall. But down here we can actually see now, and it seems a bit more proper. If need be, or I likely just will, just because I'd like to have a bit more light in here, because this is like the garage workshop kind of thing. This is technically enough light, and I do kinda like how it feels with this amount of light. But I feel like it will need more. We'll see. I don't have any more of those lights left. That's to do fluorescent tubes, glass, and metal. And I'm out of tubes now. I should just clear out my inventory and put all the lights in it. So I'm just gonna throw everything in here for now. Oops, I need that. Those go in the truck. Or not the truck, the cozy. Which I guess it's kind of a truck. It's like a 8x8 cab over truck. One of the next episodes, I would like to go through, or not go through. I would like to reattach the trailer and the cutter, and go over to the quarry-like area that I found, and mine it, and get all the resources. I could also just leave torches out here, but I think lights would make a bit more sense, especially with the generator. I also have an idea for a generator that doesn't use fuel or anything. So since I'm thinking about it at the moment, I'm actually going to try and kind of make it. So I need 2 bearings. I've got more somewhere. I think they're on the cozy. And then I need a spring, which should be right here. I will need another controller. Oh, there's some more bearings there. Basically, I'm going to use the spring glitch to grab that, to make something turn. And I'm hoping if I attach it to a bearing, on the end of a generator, I can use it to make power. Or batteries, whatever. So I do need a couple more of those, which means I need more of these. I'll use that one. And then if this does work, I would like to build it so that it looks like a wind turbine. So that, like, on top of there, I guess? I could either build it on the roof, but I'll likely build it on there, just on the very edge. It'll look like there's a wind turbine up there spinning. And I'll see if I can get it, like, the whole top part to rotate like it's following the wind. I think that'd be pretty cool. There's water power now, but there's no wind power, because there's technically no wind in this, but there's also no water currents either. So, I just think a wind turbine would be really cool to do. So let's grab that. And I only need to make the one controller at the moment. I need more plastic though. How do I make plastic again? Chemicals and oil. Thankfully, two things that I will never run out of. I need to build the tanker trailers still too. Both of them. Okay, let's get these lights in. I'm gonna try and keep them even with that side. And then these ones I can probably leave at 5. I much prefer the torches because they're a nice, warm, cozy, calming light. But did that make the thing? Oh, I needed more plastic. There we go. But the white light is just, it works better for it being a shop. You can see easier, and it makes a bit more sense having controllable lights. And I am going to take this outside, just to give myself a bit more space. I think I mentioned this before, but the Cozy is actually supposed to have wheels that are bigger than these. That's why the wheel wells are so big. It's actually supposed to have a bit bigger wheels on it, but whatever. Those ended up working perfectly. Alright, this one goes here. And that's all I've got at the moment. So I will leave that torch for now. And yeah, we've got almost all the lights. And I'm going to use a logic gate. I'm just going to tuck it right there so that I can use multiple switches. I'll probably just use 2. 2 or 3. I'd like to put a switch here. And then I'm thinking a switch here and maybe one over here. But then again, there only really needs to be the 2. Because this is a main entrance door, that's a main entrance door, and these are just bay doors. So we'll see. What do you think? Should I have 2 at the front, 1 for each of these doors? Because, like, if I put one here, it can easily be accessed from this door and this door. And then I can put one over here that can be accessed from this door. And there goes my phone. 1-888-399-0054. Suspected spam. No, thank you. Either way. I want to try and test this idea before I run out of time for this video. So I'm just going to build out of scrap wood for now, because that makes it the easiest. And this is another reason why I wanted to build this area, because now I can test this inside, rather than having to go outside. Just do my small test in here. Actually, I should do this. I'm going to put a block there, but I'm going to build it on the left. And just kind of do that so that I can take it off and then weld it or something. Okay, so I'm going to need a base for it. Oops. And then I'm thinking I'll put this bearing in the middle. This bearing will be the one that attaches to the generator. And then this will be what simulates the blades going out. That's, and then that. And it doesn't really matter which way it spins at the moment. So I'm just going to do that. I don't want it to spin too fast either. I guess I should have just built it on the ground instead of being weird. Okay. So that goes to there. And I'm literally just gonna set it to 1 and see what happens. Nothing, because it's not connected. There we go. Oh, it's working! It was. Sweet. And then once it's actually turning the generator, it'll have a constant resistance applied to it, so it shouldn't speed up and slow down like this. But I could also put another one facing the other way, like on the other side, so that it has a constant pressure if need be. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this, attached to a generator, and it should give me unlimited power without having to use those generators. I'll still keep the one on the Cozy, because this one charges as I'm driving, as long as it's full of water. And I want to keep this one on there because of the cutter. So while I'm going to or from the quarry, for example, it'll just automatically give me more... Where did the cutter go now? It's all the way down here now. So it'll give me more power for it, because this thing is electric. It's fully electric. The battery is actually supposed to go here, so I'll probably move that at some point. And then there's supposed to be a chemical container where the battery is currently, so that it can use these sticky tires that they showed in an update tease some time ago. I also need to hook up these still. But yeah, off camera, hopefully this week, I will be able to do more. I will get what I think I need to do with this. I'll go into a creative world and actually build it, so I know how I want to build it. And then I can use that to build it in this, and, excuse me, not have to worry about it like being all weird and being difficult and stuff. But either way, ooh, I can take the torches off the trailer now too. Either way, that is all I have time for today, unfortunately. So I'm going to throw everything back inside. I would also really like a proper spot to put those, but that's okay for now. Either way, I'm going to put everything back inside and end the video here, unfortunately. But next week's video should be interesting, I'll say. I did not want to pick up floor bits. So yeah, as usual, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, anything you want me to check out, feel free to leave it in the comments below. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. hoping in the next video I can get everything done how I want it to, and that's not what I wanted to do either. Is that the engine upstairs? It's out of fuel. Either way, bye-byes.